What's going on, Jeromes? It's a beautiful Sunday. Actually, sort of rainy and dreary, but Thank you, everyone who submitted questions for our Q&A. Periodically, we put out there on the community tab, so hit it up. Zuberry, Husuzaman. Our dreams of drafting a big bad behemoth at nose tackle didn't materialize, even in a draft so heavy, pun intended, the heavies. In the position, is this a philosophy thing? How good really is Taki? Who else can we hope for before the season starts? Well, I think it might be a philosophical thing. Well, because you look at the Patriots and Brian Flores during his time early there, of course, Vince Wilfork, but they really sort of went away from the true blue 350-pound nose tackle. And with the Vikings, it has been Harrison Phillips over the last couple of years. Now, we talked about ad nauseum, where it's almost like when the Vikings were running a 4-3 and Eric Kendricks was that middle linebacker, where you're like, oh, move him to weak side, and then he can be free. But I don't know. But either way, like Harrison Phillips, they obviously love him at the nose. And maybe it's a spot we talked about. If they bring in a true blue nose tackle, he moves to 5-tech. Maybe that's a downgrade in their eyes, which is perfectly fine. I mean, it's obviously they are indeed the football experts. But it could be, Taki. They could have a lot of faith in last year's UDFA, and also Travis Bell in that mix too. And maybe it's a spot too where the Vikings, they feel fine with their nose tackle room. So I don't know. Like I think that Taki could develop up and be a little something, and then go from there. Next. Wesley White, OG Jerome. Nothing to do with the draft, but when I look at this defense, I get flashback to the 2017 defense. Call me crazy, but I think there's something similar with having a wall of D-line and a pass coverage linebacker matched with a pass rusher, and maybe a lockdown corner with Murphy. Do you believe the same? So that 2017 defense, they were some bad men, man. Like Linval Joseph on the nose, stuff in the run, as well as getting some pass rush going. Everson in his prime. Also, you got Daniil Hunter. B-Rob was in that mix as a utility D lineman. Anthony Barr, Eric Kendricks, and Xavier Rhodes, prime Harrison Smith, Sendejo. I mean, that was a good ass defense, man. But here, I believe in this defense, right? So Van Ginkel, Jonathan Grenard, Diamond Dallas Turner holding down the edge. You got Pace and Cashman doing great things at off ball. That nouveau pass rush with Jonathan Allen, Javon Hargrave, also Redmond, TID, LDR, all the acronyms in there. Plus the secondary. We'll talk about the secondary. I actually think the secondary is going to be good, man. I know everyone in their mom listed corner and safety as a need, but I don't know. Maybe Asante Samuel Jr. is on the way. Maybe not. Even if he doesn't come, Rogers, Blackman on the outside, Murph starting as well as in the slot. I mean, call me crazy, but I'm kind of good with that, especially with the enhanced pass rush from the D-line. All right, so I think this is a chance to be a very dominant unit because every single year, this Flores defense has leveled up. They went from 31st in the league to scoring to middle of the table and into the top 10. I think they'll ascend to the top 5, top 3 this year. Ooh, that's right, baby. Next, Hollywood Nilo. Odds that the Wolves just let Kwesi's contract expire. So GM contracts run through the end of a draft, and Kwesi now has officially like 1 year left on his deal because he's technically under contract through next year's draft. Now, I obviously think that they get something worked out, and Kwesi and Mark Wilf, when asked about it, they're both very positive. I think something gets worked out long term, but we've always had this in the back of our head, like Kwesi's a business dude, right? Where it's like, hey, I've assembled the Avengers, both through free agency. We maneuvered J.J. McCarthy. If he proves that he's him, if I hit free agency, I would be the most in-demand general manager in recent NFL history, getting paid, all the power, all that stuff, even though he does have roster power right now. But either way, obviously, I think that's something that gets worked out, especially since the draft and UDFAs are done, and rightfully so. I think that Kwesi, some starts and fits early, but I think every single offseason, the process has been refined. I think that he's gotten better and better. I think that the relationship between him and Kevin O'Connell is a very positive working relationship, as opposed to Zimmer and Spielman at the end not talking to each other. Spielman signing Kyle Sluter again just to piss off Zimmer. It was great. I love pettiness, but I do think that this is the culture that they built together, the roster that Kwesi's assembled. I think that this has a chance to be a very special team for a long time, and Kwesi needs to stay here. Jackson Anderson, why are people hating on Kwesi? Just because people want to do that. I mean, people hated on Spielman for no reason at times too, so I think it just comes with the territory as part of the job. Why are people hating on Kwesi for not drafting for need? Isn't that we want a good team and not a lot of holes? Well, I think what it is that people get ingrained in the back of their mind specific needs for a team. And I think that the media is complicit in that, where everyone and their mom in their mock drafts talk about corner, safety. And during our times in our mock drafts, like we went all over the place, right? And yeah, we did draft corners. Yeah, we did draft safeties. But also, we've been saying this for a while. Like, they obviously believe in Mekhi Blackman. They believe in Theo Jackson. They're going to prove the haters and the losers wrong. And with Kwesi, I think that he let the board come to him, and getting Jackson at 24, where I think it was more about positional scarcity at that time. Because remember, Tyler Booker went 12, and then Gray Zabel went 18, and there was a pretty steep drop-off in terms of pure interior offensive linemen after Donovan Jackson. So I think that getting him and securing the fifth Infinity Stone for the offensive line was great. Could the Vikings have gone a different direction? Could they have gone safety? Malachi Starks, Emin Wari were on the board. Could they have gone corner? Sure. But also I think that was more media-driven and fan-driven need, because Harrison, 1 year left, in all likelihood. Josh Metellus in the contract here, but they should get that rectified. But Theo Jackson, who they just extended, they believe, man. Also, I think that Okudah could move to safety, and also Michelle Powell, the UDFA from Miami. I think that he could be a little something too. So I think that overall, getting Ty Felton, getting TID, getting a Kobe King, Bartholomew, I think that it did check a lot of boxes in terms of best player available, as well as positional needs. I think that everything was just synergizing, right? And I know, well, how could this player be the best player available? He was lower on my board. Maybe their board's different. I don't know. I feel like it's just a egotistical narcissism. That my board is the only board that matters. That's why I don't even have a big board, because I don't care. I just like players, man. Lastly, Angry Nude. Just by going off name alone, who out of the incumbent players do you think will be cut during the 53-man rooster cut? So I think a couple guys that could be in trouble. I think Ty Chandler could be the odd man out. I think he may have some trade value. No, we'll see, but it won't be a lot. But I think Brett Rippon could be in trouble as well with Howell and Brosmer. So it went from maybe the team thinks that Brett Rippon could be quarterback 2 to you gone. If Brosner pans out, who knows? But Trey Stewart, I think, could be a dude, man. Trey Stewart looks really good. Other than that, I don't know. I guess, could you say Lucky Jackson's a veteran? Thayer Thomas, Deshaun Jones, who knows? Then the rest of the way, I think they'll hang on to Brandel, since he does have guaranteed money in his contract. Either way, I think that the Vikings' first 9 offensive linemen on the 53, Darrisaw Jackson, Kelly Fries, O'Neal, obviously. I think Brandel makes it. I think Juergens, Rouse, and School make it, so that's 9. Maybe Logan Brown flirts with it. Maybe Joe Huber. Either way, I love having a little bit of competition in that mix. Also, I should fix this graphic, because Logan Brown is probably just going to be a tackle. Then defensively, I think with Thule, or not Thule, with Kobe King in there, I think that may be it for Asama, who has been a talk of trade speculation for years now. Other than that, I feel like there isn't a ton of people that are threatened by the new rookies coming in. Like maybe Levi Drake Rodriguez, maybe he ends up on the practice squad. But either way, competition is good. But again, 7th round, second year player, is that really a veteran on the bubble? Don't really know. But either way, competition is really fantastic, and I like what we're seeing here. But that's it. A little Vikings Q&A. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skol, production value.